Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and this should be a fun one. I always like doing these because, number one, they ask about the mysteries of the universe, and number two, they show how little not only the general public but the scientific community really knows about things that we've acted like we've had a beat on for some time. And if you're looking at the thumbnail behind me and the title of this video, I'm obviously talking about what? The moon, right? And for some time, there have been a ton of different theories as to what the moon is, exactly, why it acts in the manner it does, okay, whether or not the Apollo missions actually got there, and so much more. And so much more. And I always put it this way. You know, number one, we have a limited knowledge of what goes on in this planet, right? I mean, look, I have sympathy for all you people out there that are so hardcore and believe, well, we're flat Earth. Well, basic science is telling you now, I shouldn't say basic science, I should say quantum theory and those in the scientific community are now promoting what? They're promoting the idea of a multiverse or a simulation or someone, basically, I watched it the other day, but he was talking about a headset that manifests reality around us. You know, all these different theories out there. And honestly, that one, to me, is a lot more realistic in the sense that you could describe a soul scientifically eventually. But once you get into the multiverse and everything's a hologram, well, I mean, matter, what is solid? You know, we're going to talk about David Icke. We're going to talk about all the theories that are out there, that it's hollow, that it's really the Death Star. But before we do that, I'm going to read the mainstream article, and then we can go with the good stuff. And I want to remind people, the last one I did on the moon, I was talking about classified space programs, and I showed you this video that was indeed a hoax. We asked whether it was a hoax in the very beginning by a guy named Pierre the filmmaker. And he's got a lot of fun, like, space hoax type videos. So without further ado, we'll get there after we talk about the fact that I've been demonetized for 5 months now here for supposed harmful content. Again, we got like 1,500 videos on this platform. We've never got a strike for any type of harmful content. I don't preach hate. I got nothing but love in my heart. And I can only do this with your help, guys. After the moon video, we will be hopefully having the crew from Action for Assange on live from a demonstration in D.C. So I want to thank those who have supported me. And remember, you can share the links and bring people to the Burmis Brigade. Want to remind you, if I do get kicked off the platform, I will be over at rockfin.com. Go create a free account now, and you'll get an exclusive video that we streamed today at noon, as we do every Tuesday. Tuesdays at noons, free exclusives on Rockfin, and we're going to be doing a lot more with Rockfin. So go make the free account. Go check out the free video exclusively there. Thumbs this up, subscribe, and share. All right, let's get to it. Now, one of the other things that I want to point to with moon research, and now we're talking about rusting, and they've admitted that they found, water on the moon, and it seems like some of the color stuff is bringing something else back, is that I'll give Bill Cooper credit, as nutty as a lot of Behold the Pale Horses. It does have its moments and time to shine, and you can take that any way you want. And he talked about similar things, being on the moon and plants growing on the moon, etc. So let's get into it. A newly published study shows the moon is rusting, leaving experts perplexed by this discovery. The research published in Science Advances notes that the rust may be a result of water discovered on the moon, but it's still shocking given the lack of oxygen and dearth of water on Earth's celestial satellite. It's very puzzling. The study's lead author, Xiao Li of the University of Hawaii, said in a statement, the moon is a terrible environment for hematite to form in. At least that's what we've been taught. And there's this old clip of this old scientist saying that this thing is plasma. But then again, how would plasma rust? All right, so let's continue here. Lee was looking at data from the JPL Moon Mineralogy Mapper when the researcher realized the instrumental detected spectra, or light reflected off surfaces, that revealed the moon poles had a very different composition than the rest of it, the statement added. The polar surfaces showed spectra that matched the mineral hematite Fe2O3, according to the study's abstract. Although oxidizing processes have been speculated to operate on the lunar surface and form ferric iron-bearing minerals, unambiguous detections of ferric minerals forming under highly reducing conditions of the moon have remained elusive. The researchers wrote the study's abstract. Our analysis of the moon's mineralogy mapper data show that hematite, a ferric mineral, is present at high latitudes on the moon, mostly associated with east and equator-facing sides of topographic heights and more prevalent on the near side than the far side. Rust, which is also known as iron oxide, gives Mars its reddish color. At first, I totally didn't believe it. It shouldn't exist based on the conditions present on the moon. Weird. That's Abigail Freeman. But since we discovered water on the moon, people have been speculating that there could be a greater variety of minerals than we realize if that water had reacted with rocks. Now think about that, okay? We're told that science is settled, the Apollo missions. We're going again. Elon Musk's going to bring us to the moon. He's going to land people on the moon again. We've got all these little rovers and we've got all this stuff, right? But this is brand spanking new. And, I think it's all speculation. But what I really think is, dun, 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 Death Star. Death Star. But you gotta ask a question. What is the moon really? And David Icke's been out there. The Death Star-like alien base, the Google image theory, they work Icke into here. Hollow and built by aliens. And I love David. But you never know. I mean, you look at something like that, and you have to ask, is it some kind of a construct that is not, traditionally thought to be a planet? What are we? When I say we, what is Earth? For instance, the hollow Earth theory is out there, but the idea that there's some kind of a molten core has never really been proven. We've never been to the core. We've never even been close. We've never been through the crust, according to mainline science. So when these stories come out, I like to cover them and just point out that we don't know jack. Even our scientists don't know jack. So guys, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Remember, we're going to be back with Action for Assange. And the Assange case is so important. And it really does reflect the amount of censorship we've seen on information and its acceleration over the last few months in particular, but certainly over the last 5, 10, yes, 20 years. The 19th anniversary of 9/11 is now literally around the corner. Literally around the corner. And our entire foreign and domestic policy is based on the false narrative that has been pushed upon the American people and the global populace as well. And now remember, the new terrorist is totally and completely invisible, right? It's COVID 1984. You can't even see it. And it demonetizes channels whisking through, even if it doesn't send you to the hospital. That's a whole nother can of worms. So 5+ months, we've been deemed possibly harmful content. Never given a video, never told what it was for. God forbid we tell the truth. So $5, $10, $15, big donors. You do mean the world to me. Remember, make that free Rockfin account right now. Get the free video today. We give you at least one free video a week that is completely exclusive over there. And we've got new and big things coming up with Rockfin. If you are a premium subscriber, you get them all. You get more content. And you get everybody's content on the platform. It's like a Netflix for creators. Can't recommend it enough. Make sure you're thumbing the video up. You're joining The Burmis Brigade, and you're checking out all the documentary films that are free in the playlist section right now. Loose Change Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Folks, it is not about left or right. It is always about right and wrong, and you got to be humble enough to act and really believe that you don't have all the answers. None of us really do. And I think that this story in particular, that's completely apolitical, should illustrate that. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the flip.